Hello, this is Reverend Ken Wilcox with the Center for Spiritual Living here in St. Augustine, Florida. You know, my talk last week was we're one with God, one with good. And one of the points I was trying to make was that we don't know the great good we're doing around us. You don't know the huge impact you may be having. I was talking about my mom and how that for her children, she was not we didn't really think of her as a loving person, but her grandchildren thought that she was just really the most loving person that could ever be. The grandchildren adored her. She had evolved. And like I said, we don't know the huge impact that you may be having. You don't know the difficulties that someone that you're interacting with, you don't know what kind of situation they're going through. My doctor that I go to for a while now has been encouraging me to give blood, that somehow that would help balance out the platelets or something in my system. I've resisted that idea for a really good reason. When I was a very young child, I was in a very horrific car accident that took my father's life, and it was very bloody. And so for me, the idea of giving blood has just always been something I didn't know if I would be able to do. It's been 50 years. So having heard it a second time, I realized that he was going to stay on it until I did it. And so I made the appointment to go get blood work and or go donate blood. And I was not looking forward to it at all. I got there, and of course I didn't explain to them why I was so hesitant. But the woman there, she was a very compassionate person, and she walked me through the process. She talked to me the whole time it was going on, and before I knew it, it was over with. Now, she just thought she was going through everyday work. She didn't know I was any different from anybody else that was coming into that blood bank. But this was a fear of mine that had been overwhelming for 50 years. And she was able to help me get over it. You don't know the great good you may be doing. You don't know the great impact you can be having. Just a little kindness, a little compassion. You may have been called by name to be exactly where you are to help somebody overcome something that they've lived with for a long time. Don't doubt your ability to be an outlet of God's love, God's compassion, and God's mercy. We need to get over this need to be judgmental. We need to get over this fear we have about life and about God. Someone wrote in this past week and they said, aren't we supposed to be afraid of God? I know a lot of religion has taught that through the years, that we have to fear God. And I think they've done it for control and fundraising, because I can't imagine a spiritual and an intelligent entity that created its children that would ever want its children to be afraid of it. It doesn't make sense. That's not an adult version of love. I think about my own little pets. I have a little dog now I've had for 12 years. She really doesn't let me go one step that she's not there with me. But of course, getting 12 years old, she's getting a little older. During the night, she often has to get up and to go out. And when she does, I am always so grateful that I am there with her and able to help her, because I don't want her ever to have a second of being uncomfortable or being in distress. And as much as I love her, can you imagine that Spirit would love us any less? It is there to rush to us to help us. It is there to rush support and love and compassion. We just have to be willing to allow it in and to know we are just that important, that what we have been called to do here is just that needed and necessary. You are a bright light of God's possibility, and you're here to shine your brilliance on a world that right now really needs your illumination. You're powerful, you're loved, and you're not alone. This is Reverend Ken. Until we see each other again, many blessings.
Just as the sun gives its nourishing light to bring forth the flowers to summer's delight, as time and forgiveness heals all wounds, is true, so to begin again, making all things new. As summer gives way to the colors of fall, and autumn surrenders to winter's call, as the earth she embraces the seed of the fruit and knows just what to do, making all things new. Making all things new, making all things new, for me and for you, making all things new. Making all things new, making all things new, for me and for you, making all things new. As our loved ones move on and are laid to rest, in our hearts they'll remain and live on as we bless the woman with child soon this world born into. Oh, great things they may do as the promise comes true. For me and for you, making all things new. Making all things new, making all things new, for me and for you, making all things new. Making all things new, making all things new, for me and for you, making all things new.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Be sure to like our page, leave a comment, subscribe. If you'd like to make a donation, there are links in the comment section on how to do that. If you would like a personal session with me, there's also links to get on my calendar. Now there's a small charge for that, but if you'd call the office, if you want one free, we can do that as well. And that information's on our website. I want to leave you with one idea. Your life, it's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job is to name your miracle and to proclaim your miracle and to be that miracle God has called you to be. This is Reverend Ken. Till we see each other again, many blessings.